hello, Star Wars fans, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment. With me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for tonight's episode of Star Wars' Andor, Season 2, Episode 11. One more to go, folks. This is basically the final episode before the final episode. And oh boy, this episode we gotta talk about. So if you have not caught up, I am telling you right here, right now, spoilers ahead, you have been warned. So we're going to spoil this because, yeah. And it's also spoilers for Rogue One as well, so you've been warned. So if you have not caught up, please watch it because, whew. Alright, so we all know that Claire literally went to go try to save Luther. And hard to say if he's really dead. She did pull his plug, so everybody assumes that he's dead. I still think he's not, because there was a moment where he does kind of like twitch and kind of breathes on his own because he had a machine breathing for him when he stabbed himself to sacrifice himself so he wouldn't be tortured and to basically get talked to. So there's that. We also see Davins, I think her name is. She gets captured by her own people because, you know, they think she's a spy. Her software, all her files were hacked. Everybody thinks that she was leaking information. And it looks like the ISO, I'll probably butcher that, they kind of knew about the Death Star plans, which is odd to me because I honestly thought that those lower ranking, you know, Empire officials didn't really know about the Death Star stuff until hey guys, opening day, you know, that was on my part. I really didn't know about that. I didn't think they actually knew, except for like the main higher ups, obviously the Emperor, Dark Vader, Tarkin, and of course Krellix. So Krellix goes in, he talks to Jira, and I keep butchering her name, but anyway, he goes to her, starts talking to her, starts basically kind of trying to get information, like, oh, are you a spy? Were you trying to like give them the plans, and how'd you know about this? And she just kept saying no. So he's like, okay, so you're not a spy, you're basically incompetent then, basically. And he basically leaves her to get locked up while they all pretty much do a men's search, or in this case, a woman's search for Claire. And she goes off to her home to I guess SOS, back to the base where Kanan is, to send him a message, and everybody else like, listen, I need help. We got some problems. She's got information that he needs to know. And so he ends up showing up to help her, and she's like, listen, man, the whole thing that we thought about what the Empire's doing is a lie. They building some kind of super weapon. Remember, they still don't know what this super weapon is. They haven't seen, you know, any plans of the Death Star. She's telling him about Jen Erso's father, who's the engineer, about, listen, you got to find him. You got to make sure we can find these plans and find a way to shut this thing down, because that all leads right into Rogue One. Because remember, and I probably did not mention this before, but episode 10 did start off with a year jump gap, another year jump gap, because we knew that this show was going to have yearly jump gaps that gets us closer to Rogue One. So obviously another year has passed. Now the Death Star is pretty much at the point of like, yeah, they're about to become fully operational. You know, they're building up the laser cannon at this point, getting that ready so that way the laser is ready to go and, you know, destroy Alderaan, and we all know the rest. So Claire is like, listen, I don't want to go with you guys, but you guys take that information and just go. And Cassian is just like, you know, no, come with us. I'll protect you. While the whole, you know, IRS guys are coming after her. They're basically like the FBI of the Empire. So those guys are showing up to try to get her and, you know, torture her, arrest her, and all that good stuff. So it literally just leads into kind of like a little cliffhanger where they're literally in her apartment building, and they're about to close in on her. And how they're going to, you know, how our boys and our, you know, girl going to escape? Well, we're going to have to watch episode 12, which is the final episode. So I'll come right back and watch that and come right back and do a review. But, whew, we are in the wire, folks. This show just gets better and better. There's some things, I'm going to talk about it more in deep in the next episode, but I freaking love this show. I think this show is just peak Star Wars, so we haven't seen since like the original trilogy. So, but you know, I'll talk more about that in the next one. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys think is gonna happen. Do you think Claire's gonna die? You think she's gonna go with Cassian? Do you think they're gonna get captured? Do you think anything else is gonna happen? Do you think Lutheran's still alive? Because he, Cassian asked her, "Is he alive?" And she kind of hesitated, and it kind of did a cutaway to the Empire people. So hard to say if he's alive, not alive. We have to wait to the next episode and the last episode to see for sure if he's actually dead. Because I can't remember if he's in Rogue One, and I'm gonna watch Rogue One as soon as this is over. Because I may be late where I am, but I don't care. I need to watch Rogue One as soon as this is over. So stay tuned for more. Thank you very much and have a good night.